Hi everyone, I'm Echoes, I'm a Vtuber, and I'm going to be going over episode 8 of Mecha-Ude, where we get quite a bit of interesting revelations and some battle scenes as well. So a lot of interesting stuff happens, and also we get activation of Ordela as well. So yeah, let's get started. So in the beginning, we kind of go back to Jun meeting with that mysterious guy who worked for his brother. He's like, you can see he gets serious because he actually opens his eyes here and he's like, oh, playtime's over. And then you can see Jun's like, I'm not going back, and he tries to use Alma somehow, but it doesn't really work out. He's like, you need to take better care of your toys. And then you can see that he puts a shotgun on Alma. And he's like, oh, I'm just following the orders from your brother. Don't hate me for this, please. And now we get Jun is locked up along with Alma. He's like, dang it. He's reminded of his brother. And his brother's saying the Kagami clan doesn't need failures. Which is ironic when you think about it, that the line that has the white hair is technically, you know, they've had a history of having health issues, so ironic. But also Yakumo was also healthy, so I don't know. So yeah, so you can see that he's reminded of when he was in a wheelchair and couldn't move at all. Quite sad, but happens. Skip the opening for now. And see that Aki is like carrying Hikaru here, trying to meet with Alma. He's like, I could run on my own, but you can't because he's too slow. And then the guy's asking, the person who's helping her is like, oh, where are you? Send someone to help you find a safe route. And then we get the Kagemaru guy with the other dude. What do they call it? His name's kind of weird. I keep forgetting it. But regardless, this kid is not a bad kid. Quindona has ordered me to serve as your guide. And then the other guy's like, I want to go. So he's a little sad. Oh, he's known as Warner? Warner? Weiner? I don't know. His name's kind of weird. But anyway, it's like, we're going to enter the castle. They're trying to help them in. Must repair a debt to him. And you can see that the Kagami Group people are like, oh, I heard someone. The enemy had the same detection as myself. Just because you're too loud. You can see this show really does land its jokes well. He's like, when are the others coming? And then they can't get through because of communication jamming. Or wide area jamming. Communication's blocked off. We head there ourselves. And then you see that this guy is also like, this is a problem. And we get a shot of the older brother, Kagami brother. It's like, oh, they brought the trigger arm to this guy. And the young master's locked up because he's being disciplined. Let's witness a important moment of the century together. They have the gate teleport that connects to the Mecha-Ude world. We'll surpass Yakumo and awaken Ordela. And head to a world that no one has ever seen before. We'll rule over all the Mecha-Ude that live there. And bring more prosperity to the Kagami Group. Which, not surprising at all. It's their evil group goals, I guess. Just how many feel sympathy for the tools. But he's been doing something so stupid this entire time. He's like, I think he's like, kind of like shocked, essentially. Like, you're here early, and then his brother here is like, I was worried that the whole world would learn what I know, that you're an embarrassment to our family. So his brother's particularly hasn't changed, even if he brought the trigger arm. So yeah, his older brother's a jerk. Anywho, arbitrary fluctuation values with acceptable values. And then you can see that they try to activate the gate with using Alma as the key in order to break the seal. We won't fail like Yakumo did. Yeah, the latest technology, blah, blah, blah. You see, Alma's like, you can't control the power. So we will reunite you with Mecha-Ude from your home. We don't mind that they'll all be bound by shackles. Don't know anything about a gate. So you could see that, for whatever reason, this guy has been misinformed. Think you can buy time by playing dumb. Then you see they activate Ordela, and they're like, what is this? And then you can see Jin is like, is that thing broken? Because it's not acting like what's supposed to. Arbitrary values are rising. You can see that's kind of what his brother wanted anyway, for some reason. You can see it's going haywire with Ordela coming out the top. And this guy's like, oh no, my plan to go to the Mecha-Ude world has failed. They're trying to escape. For some reason, his older brother's pissed off for some reason, I don't know why. Then I get back to June with the other guy. He's like, oh, just be a good boy. He's like, what happened? What's my brother trying to do? Are you curious? You're tired of running, aren't you? So you need to work things out with your brother. So looks like his brother has other plans that doesn't involve creating a portal for some reason. So we'll see how that goes later on. We don't really get that explained yet. You see that these people are trying to escape is like your top priority is me or the trigger arm. They're trying to get out of there. And then Hikaru left, of course. You can see that you get some more comedic moments here. It's like, because he doesn't have anyone anyway to battle, he's like, can you just wait a second? And then the glasses guy comes in. It's like running away, and he's trying his best. I was like, you're a man, I like Aki. And then he puts in a key to one of the shackles, it seems. It unlocks this Mecha-Ude thing. Or Mecha-Ude guy. Seems nice enough, at least. And then you get Tus's back with as a sniper. Like, oh, don't let the amateur scare you. I'll just buy time for Alma, but you can see he kind of short circuit. He doesn't have enough Arbitrium. It's like, what happened to your spirit? He got scared. And then he runs away. And the Aki finally comes in to save them all with Hikaru and the other Warner. And then she chucks them when she gets interrupted by this guy. It's like, oh, I'm sick of you. We are the elite people. We won't lose to people who spend all the time protecting me friends. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, but you can see that Aki is here. She kind of wants to teach him a lesson. About, like, essentially, if you blame your tools instead of recognizing your weakness and the will of your Mecha-Ude, you'll never, like, become strong or something like that. Because in a way, he blames the tools for him. Things he cannot make up. And it's kind of sad because he's like, oh, Mecha-Ude are the greatest, I'm so strong, but in reality he's just such a weak guy. It's like, oh, and then he's like, oh, my power is so much better. And then she you know, knocks him out. It's like, I need to get to him. And then she fights against this guy who's kind of interesting. It's like, and he introduces himself as Nanba, the section chief of Expansion Department 3, which is in charge of the Mecha-Ude. It's like, oh, you're such an energetic person. Why don't you talk with me for a bit? You see, my department's going to have its budget cut in zero. Thanks to you and your buddies. I'm getting too old to find a new job. Could you just go home? See that they kind of fight. And it's a pretty cool battle scene overall. She's jumping around. He has a really cool Mecha-Ude. It's kind of like, I don't know what you would call it. It's like, kind of reminds me of a serpent, but also it's a katana as well somehow. He could wield a sword. Kind of get hurt a little, so you don't mess with the grown-ups. She holds herself pretty well, I gotta say. Then we go back to this guy, and then this guy from before is helping because, and you can see that Quen's like, what's he doing there? Oh, he likes me. And then you can see that girl's going crazy and all that stuff, and then the old man escapes for some reason because he's curfew or whatever. And then Kagamaru is out of commission. And you see that Hikaru is trying to become brave here. So you should have stayed hidden. And then he took the trigger arm. And knocks out the old man, so. Good going for Hikaru here. And then he's like, oh, are you okay? So, yep. And then you can see that Hikaru and Alma have kind of a proper talk. It's like, oh, why are you so hurt? And then you can see Alma's like, I could do all this by myself. I don't need you. I don't want to hurt anyone. My fault that Ordela woke up as well. Asked him what, and then he mentions how Yakumo saw that something was wrong. And my fault that he died. I was wrong to ask for human for help. I don't want to make them sad. And then the thing is that Hikaru is great because he tells Alma what he has been avoiding the entire time, you know? Essentially, what he says is that before you go anywhere, why don't you try to face it? You know, the sadness of Yakumo's. Sakumi fell after losing Yakumo, which is the most important part. And then they get going. Let's go together. I got a feeling that thing's gonna blow up my house if I don't stop it. Which kind of an interesting way. It's like, you can see that they, no matter what you say, I'm going. Don't come and probably die. You can see that he almost got him killed too. He's like, oh, you're such a nice guy. But nope, I'm just normal. Or maybe not. I feel like it's gonna work out. You feel like it's gonna work out as long as you're with me, right? And then he calls him his partner, just like Yakumo did. And then he could see that, in a way, they have the same spirit. So yeah. Well, that's the end of the episode. I think we learned quite a bit. We learned about Ordela being activated. Hikaru reunites with Alma. Learned that the Kagami older brother, or Jun's older brother, has some plans or whatever. They're probably going to use that worm type for something. I don't know. Regardless, I'm intrigued to see how things go out. If they will defeat Ordela, if they'll eventually somehow create a portal to the Mecha-Ude world. I don't know. But yeah, interesting implications. But we'll see what happens next episode, as we still got quite a bit left. So yeah, that's all for me, and thanks for watching.